Hello everyone, my name is Nate Thorson. Thank you so much for taking the time to look at my class today. Today we are going to be taking a deep dive into how to get paid to go to college. A little bit about me before we get started. I graduated high school in 2016. I later graduated from North Dakota State University in 2019. And while I was in high school, I applied for over 200 scholarships and got nearly $80,000 to go to school. Because of that, I was able to graduate debt-free and be paid while I was in high school. Or while I was in college. So today, let's just get started jumping right on in with how to win scholarships. The first question is do you want to go to college? And more importantly, do you want to pay for college? I'm guessing that the answer to the first question is yes. That's why you're watching this class. But number two, do you want to be paid? Do you want to pay for college? More than likely not. It's incredibly expensive. So many people are in so much debt, and it's just often not financially viable for a lot of people. But today, I hope that I'm able to impart a little bit of wisdom on you as to how to get paid for school and to get out debt-free. So again, a little bit about me. I graduated from Davies High School in Fargo, North Dakota in 2016. While I was in high school, I knew that I wanted to have one goal. I knew that I wanted to minimize all of my college debt. And the reason that I wanted to do this, what kind of gave me the motivation, was I had three older brothers. The oldest one is 8 years older than me. So I had quite a bit of time to learn what my brothers did and how they just went through their life and learned what decisions to make and what decisions to avoid. And one of those things that I really admired about all three of my brothers was that they all got to go to school for free, all for different reasons. First, my oldest brother got to go to Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota, which is a private school. It's very expensive. But at the time, my dad worked there. So he was able to go to school for like $1,000 a month. $1,000 a semester. My second oldest brother, he is in the Marine Corps, so he's in the military, and they give them a lot of money to go to school. My third oldest brother, the one right above me, got to go to school for free because my dad, who had previously worked at Concordia, was let go from Concordia, and during that time that he was unemployed, my brother was going to school, so he got a lot of financial aid from that. So all three of my brothers got to go to school for free in a different way. Again, through my dad working in a place, the military, my dad being let go. But by the time I was going into college, my dad had a job, my mom was working full time. He wasn't working at a university. I didn't join the military. So I was thinking to myself, how am I going to get school paid for? Because I ultimately want to do what they did and get out of school with as little debt as possible, or potentially even getting paid to go to school. And I started thinking about it, and I had heard some wild stories of a bunch of people who were able to go to school and actually end up getting paid for it. And I really wanted to kind of follow that footsteps. I wanted to learn what they were doing. And what I figured out was that scholarships were the best way to do that. There are thousands and thousands of scholarships that we'll get into a little bit later, but that is the way that I wanted to go about it. And through that time, I was very successful. My senior year, starting pretty much right away, my senior year, all the way through May of my senior year of high school, I applied for literally as many scholarships as I could. So by the end of it, I applied for roughly 200 scholarships during my senior year, and I was pretty successful at it. At the end of it, I ended up getting a little under $80,000 to go to school, and $17,000 of that went straight to my bank account. And you might be asking why. Here's why. So NDSU, the school I went to, costed a certain amount. I got more than that every semester in scholarships, which means any dollar amount that I got in scholarships over the cost of tuition, I just got straight in my bank account. So over the course of 3 years that I went to NDSU, I got just over $17,000 go straight into my bank account. For a college student, that's no short amount of money. That's quite a bit. I was able to fund a couple trips. I got got a new car, got a new laptop, and people might be asking, like, is this shady? No, absolutely not. I mean, during that time, I earned that, and the money that came back to me was mine, and that's the same way that it will work with your scholarships. So if you want to get paid to go to school, even if you get the amount of scholarships that it costs for tuition, you don't need to stop. You'll be able to get more money back than that. And because I graduated a year early, I didn't even use $15,000 of that. So, which is a little unfortunate, but $15,000, even more than I could have possibly used. I personally think that's kind of cool, and I enjoyed it. Outside of just the money, scholarships opened up a lot of doors for me. From all of those, I got trips to go to LA. I went to Washington, D.C. a number of times. I went to Orlando, Nashville, New York, where else? Florida, Minneapolis. I got to go to a lot of different places, all because of the scholarships that I won and different programs that I was a part of. And it was some of the best memories of my life were from the different opportunities that I got to go with scholarships. So yes, they're fantastic because you can make a lot of money, but also they're really cool because they open up a lot of doors professionally and for you to just have a really good time meeting cool people, traveling around the country or the world, doing different things. So, and I'm not telling you that in a bragging way. I'm not telling you that this is something that only I can do, because that's absolutely not the case. You'll learn throughout this presentation that I was a pretty average student, and I did some things in high school that helped me stand out, but it's certainly not anything that you watching can't do in your high school career. So I'm not bragging, I'm just saying that this is possible for anyone to do. So now that we got this out of the way, hopefully I have at least a little bit of merit talk with you guys today. But now that we have that out of the way, let's get into it right away and learn a little bit about the cost of college. We'll see you guys in the next video.